Welcome to day 339 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today we are continuing our work on the SOAP framework, or the application of the SOAP tool and framework in order to help us overcome a challenge, the biggest challenge we pick for ourselves right now, the biggest thing we're facing right now. And of course, step 2 of the SOAP framework is O for options. So this is a step where yesterday we identified where we are right now and where we want to be, our current story and our desired story. And that creates a gap that we want to start filling in order to go from where we are to where we want to be. Sounds simple, but it's usually a lot harder in real life than just thinking it up in our mind. However, whatever we create in our mind, we can create in our life. So how do we go about exploring options? A lot of times as humans, we like to think there's this or that. There's only one or two things we can possibly do. And that's why this step of the process is so important and so fun, actually, because it allows us to use our imagination and think about what else is possible, what else could be possible. So we've got Eric's story and guide to the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page. We're going to follow him through the whole application of the SOAP framework. So we've got somebody using it and applying it to, he actually picked two things that he wants to work on. One is getting rid of procrastination. And in order to combat that, he decided he would look at time management type things. And the other is reactive communication. He wants to improve his communication skills. So he picked those two areas. What he's done, and it's in guide 2, of course, is brainstormed things he could do to improve each of those areas. And since I'm working on communication with my granddaughters, who are 1 and 3, which is a whole different ballgame than other relationships, I'm going to steal some of his ideas just to give you an idea. What we want to do is we want to brainstorm at least 10 things. I say if you not come up with 10 possible, and they don't even have to be possible, just any 10 things that could be possible if there were no limits, then you need to keep working on it, because we need to know that we actually have infinite possibilities to do anything that we want in our lives. And especially when it comes to dealing with challenges and improvement areas, or areas that we just want to be different in our life, it's entirely up to us how we make those things happen. And knowing that we have a whole lot of different options, so that if we try one of them and it doesn't give us the results we want, we know we have at least 9 other things we can work at or try or tweak and take some action toward in order to get what it is that we want and go from where we are to where we want to be. So today our action item is, of course, to brainstorm at least 10 different things, different options, different ways you could possibly start or totally fill the gap between where you are and where you want to be. For me, it's a lot of grandma controlling grandma things, right? And realizing that 3-year-olds and 1-year-olds go at their own pace. They don't go at grandma's pace. My pace is different than a lot of people's. So that is my responsibility to change my expectations. It isn't their responsibility to go at a different pace. It's my responsibility to change the way I perceive things and situations. And that tones everything down. My daughter gave me a great tip yesterday. She's like, ask yourself, are you reacting out of love or are you reacting out of frustration? And I will admit, a lot of my life, I react out of frustration. My intent is love behind the frustration, but I skip the love part and I get right to the frustration. And that comes out differently when you're communicating than if you're communicating and your intention is pure love, right? And making things comfortable for everybody. And I don't mean that in a woke way, God forbid. I mean that in a treat other people the way you want to be treated way, because as humans, we could be a whole lot kinder sometimes. So action item 10 possible ways to fill the gap between where you are and where you want to be and your current story yesterday. Share any questions or comments below so we can learn from one another. A lot of times when I do this brainstorming exercise, it's right in my face, the number one thing I need to do and take action on. But tomorrow when we go to the A in the SOAP framework, which I'm pointing at, and it's not even up there because I didn't put it up there, we'll analyze the options that we come up with today. So if you're thinking, oh my God, I put this option that I'm going to get this person that walks around with me and gives me constant feedback, like a one-on-one coach as I interact with my granddaughters. Is that really feasible? Is that something I even want to do? Probably not. But it can go on my list. And then tomorrow we'll analyze those options and we'll analyze our top 3 actually. So make your list of 10 today, circle the top 3, and then we'll get to them tomorrow. course, any questions, hit me up and ask. If you're really struggling with something, you're like, I don't even know where to start with this, ask. Okay. Have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.